Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Morning.
Sir.
Let's begin this meeting of the State of New York Mortgage Agency Mortgage Insurance Committee meeting.
I'd like to request a motion and a second to call to order the January 28, 2016 meeting of the SONYMA Mortgage Insurance Committee. The motion and second recorded will be used for all action items before the committee unless specific items call for a different vote or unless any committee member wishes to record his or her vote differently. I have a motion and a second.
Second.
The minutes of the meeting of the Mortgage Insurance Committee held on December 10, 2015 shall be deemed approved absent corrections from the directors.
Okay, the meeting will move to the Mortgage Insurance Committee Program Action Items. Item 2, resolution approving 100% mortgage insurance on a $5,150,000 HFA permanent first mortgage loan for Highland Meadows Senior Residence, 11 Hastings Drive, Beacon, Dutchess County.
Good morning.
Good morning.
The first three items on the agenda are all HFA loans for low-income senior housing projects. One in Hudson Valley and two upstate. The project on Hastings Drive in Beacon comprises the adaptive redevelopment of the former St. Francis Hospital into 68 units, of which 58 are low-income units for seniors and 10 are moderate-income units. It's a heavily subsidized project. In addition to the insured first mortgage, there's a $6.3 million CDBG second mortgage, $5.6 million in federal low-income housing tax credits, and $3.4 million in state low-income housing tax credits. And there's a 30-year pilot agreement with the city of Buffalo. The development entity, the Hudson Valley Housing Development Fund Company, is an experienced developer of affordable housing in Dutchess, Orange, and Ulster counties. And this is the second loan that we're insuring for entities controlled by Hudson Valley HDFC. The insured loan amount is $76,000 per unit, which equals 23% of the project's total development cost of $331,000 per unit. And the project will break even with a pro forma 11% vacancy and collection loss or a 13% increase in operating expenses.
Any questions?
A nice project.
It is.
The resolution before the Mortgage Insurance Committee is approving mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for Highland Meadows Senior Residence, 11 Hastings Drive, Beacon, Dutchess County. Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye. The motion is carried.
Item 3, resolution approving 100% mortgage insurance on a $3,200,000 HFA permanent first mortgage loan for Golden Park Apartments, 56 Golden Park Lane, Liberty, Sullivan County.
This project comprises the moderate rehab of 126 low-income units for seniors. There is a $9.9 million HFA Mitchell-Lama subsidy loan in addition to the insured first mortgage and $7.7 million in federal low-income housing tax credits. There's a project-based Section 8 HAP contract covering 110 of the 126 units and a 30-year pilot agreement with the Village of Liberty. The development entity is controlled by David Carlin, who's the principal of the Norwich Corporation, which is an experienced developer of housing in the Northeast. This will be the first loan that we have insured for entities controlled by Mr. Carlin. The insured loan amount is only $25,000 per unit, which equals 14% of the project's total development cost of $181,000 per unit. And the project will break even with a pro forma 12% vacancy and collection loss or a 9% increase in operating expenses.
Questions?
The resolution before the Mortgage Insurance Committee is approving mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for Golden Park Apartments, 56 Golden Park Lane, Liberty, Sullivan County. Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried.
Item 4, resolution approving 100% mortgage insurance on a $2,680,000 HFA permanent first mortgage loan for Cayuga Meadows, town of Ithaca, Tompkins County.
This project comprises the new development of a 68-unit, all low-income project for seniors. In addition to the insured first mortgage, there's a $6.4 million CDBG subsidy loan and $3.9 million in federal low-income housing tax credits. And the land for this project is being sold to the developer by Cornell University at less than its appraised value to promote development adjacent to the campus. The insured loan amount is $39,000 per unit, which equals 18% of the project's total development cost of $213,000 per unit. The project would break even with a pro forma 13% increase in operating expenses or a 13% vacancy rate. The development entity, Conifer Realty, is an experienced developer of affordable housing, and this will be the 22nd loan that we have insured for entities controlled by Conifer. And our total exposure inclusive of this loan will be $93 million.
How many units were here again?
This one has 68 units.
Any questions?
The resolution before the Mortgage Insurance Committee is approving mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for Cayuga Meadows, Town of Ithaca, Tompkins County. Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried.
Item 5, a resolution approving 100% mortgage insurance on a $3,456,540 Citibank permanent first mortgage loan for Webster Green Apartments, 3100 Webster Avenue, Bronx, Bronx County.
This project comprises the development of 82 low-income units, of which 41 will be supportive housing units financed by the New York City HIV/AIDS Services Administration, and 40 will be regular low-income units. It's a very heavily subsidized project. In addition to the insured first, there's $6.5 million grant from the Homeless Housing Assistance Corporation, $4.5 million second mortgage from DHCR, the Medicaid redesign team, a $1.2 million Citibank subordinate loan, $9.8 million in federal low-income credits, and $2.9 million in state low-income housing tax credits. And the project will get a 420C New York City real estate tax abatement. The project is being developed by the Doe Fund, and this will be the third mortgage that we've insured for projects controlled by the Doe Fund. Our total exposure is $21 million. The insured loan amount is $42,000 per unit, which equals 12% of the project's total development cost of $361,000 per unit. And the project would break even with a pro forma 11% vacancy rate or a 9% increase in operating expenses. And I would note that even if the HASA contract is discontinued, the supportive housing units will remain reserved for formerly homeless tenants as a provision of the HHAC grant.
Questions?
Then the resolution before the Mortgage Insurance Committee is approving mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for Webster Green Apartments, 3100 Webster Avenue, Bronx, Bronx County. Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye. The motion is carried.
Item 6, a resolution recommending approval of an increase in a commitment to provide 100% mortgage insurance from $9.6 million to $13 million on a CPC permanent first mortgage loan for 300 South Salina Street, 306 to 312 South Salina Street, 320 to 324 South Salina Street, and 115 West Fayette Street, Syracuse, Onondaga County.
This is an increase to a loan that was approved by the board in September of 2011. And it's for the historic readaptation of a former department store in downtown Syracuse into 68 residential units and 36,000 square feet of commercial space. And the increase is being requested due to a $6 million increase in construction costs, due largely to extensive floor beam rot that was discovered when construction began and to upgrades to unit finishes. The $6 million will be funded with an additional $1.3 million in equity, the requested $3.4 million increase in the loan, and a $1.3 million in tax credits and other grants. Rents in the project have increased since it was underwritten 4.5 years ago. And with the increased loan amount, the projected income to expense ratio is 1.17 times. And I would note this is a very heavily subsidized project. There are loans and grants from 10 different municipal, county, and state agencies.
But I couldn't find anybody else.
Really, I'm always impressed with, with people who can package that well, okay? It's
Pretty
impressive.
good job.
Any questions?
You know, I look at that and I think about the fact that everything takes 4.5 or 5 years. It's amazing that we don't get more of these requests for increases because everything increases.
Yeah.
But the leverage on this one is unbelievable.
Amazing, exactly.
Unbelievable.
Yes, it is. I think we're going to start seeing more of these coming back.
Just because of interest rates or labor costs?
Labor costs, yeah. Labor costs, yeah.
Any other questions?
The resolution before the Mortgage Insurance Committee is recommending approval of modifications to mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for 300 South Salina Street, 306 to 312 South Salina Street, 320 to 324 South Salina Street, and 115 West Fayette Street, Syracuse, Onondaga County. Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And the motion is carried.
Item 7.
The mortgage recording surtax for January is $16,825,000. In the month of December, it had declined to $12.9 million, which hopefully was anomalous. We had been averaging about $15 million a month throughout the year. So it looks like we're back on track. So that's good.
Okay. There's no further business. Call for motion to adjourn.
Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried and the meeting is adjourned.
Took a long time, guys. That's
Thank
okay.
you.